Hello guys, it's Will back with another video for PrizePicks NFL Week 15 now. Gonna go over 5 of my favorite plays on this week, and we do have some Saturday games as I'm recording this right now. There is still the Dolphins and the Bills game, but gonna be focusing only on the Sunday games for this week. So, starting out with the first play, Devonta Smith for the over on his 4 receptions here. Dallas Goedert was ruled out just a few hours ago, and I think these lines they were set for Goddard to be in because there was a lot of reports saying that he was going to make his return off the IR, but they're gonna hold him out for another week because the Eagles, they look to be cruising and they can definitely beat this Bears team without him. So Devonta Smith, when Goddard has been out, he's really elevated his game. The Eagles are using him differently because instead of just giving more targets that roll to the other tight ends on the team, they've just increased their usage to their wide receivers. So it will be another week of very good targets, I would think, and also the receptions for Devonta Smith. And the line after the Goddard news came out, it was now it's over 4.5 receptions is a minus 110 on DraftKings and then minus 118 on Pinnacle. So the odds are also very in favor of that, and PrizePicks just has not adjusted for it. So that is going to be my top pick for this video. Now moving on to the second pick. It's going to be DJ Chark under 9 fantasy points. The Lions, they're going to have to go on the road against the Jets, and the Jets are a very good pass defense. The current odds for DJ Chark say that he's going to be projected for 3 receptions and 36.5 receiving yards, and his touchdown odds are at plus 305, which for probability that is equivalent to almost 25%. So very poor odds for a touchdown for Chark. Of course, they have DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, who are usually the main touchdown scorers for this team. And as a whole, the Lions, they're just a lot worse when they're on the road, especially Jared Goff. So, when your QB is not going to be playing as well, of course, that's going to cause the whole offense to suffer. And this match against the Jets, again, it is a very tough spot for the receivers, especially looking at the Jets. They allow the 3rd fewest fantasy points to wide receivers in the entire league, and that also includes the 2nd fewest receiving yards. So, yeah, just a very tough spot again for these Lions. And Chark at 9, he probably needs to score a touchdown, or else it's just about absolutely blowing the projections of the yards or the receptions out of the water, and that's probably not going to happen when it's a tough spot and then you have Amon-Ra in front of him. Now the third pick we are going to go to is another receiver here, Michael Gallup, and also an under 10 fantasy points. So this one, obviously I put Chark ahead, so I like the Chark play better than Gallup. But this Gallup play, Jacksonville, they are not great against, they're not even close to what the Jets defense is, but they're also very poor against the run. So when you look at how the Cowboys play, they have 2 running backs in Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. So 2 guys that can really just ground and pound, and Dallas would like to do that. Obviously, that's one of their strengths, and when Jacksonville isn't good at stopping the run either, Dallas can definitely be comfortable just running both of those guys instead of throwing the ball a ton. And even when they're throwing, you have CeeDee Lamb, who is clearly the number 1 guy on the Cowboys. And then when it gets to the red zone and the end zone targets, they're going to go mostly to Dalton Schultz, tight end. So, that's already built into the tight end odds, which Schultz, or actually Gallup, his tight end odds, or his touchdown odds are a plus 285. So also really poor. And if he's not going to get a touchdown, you're looking at his odds. It's three receptions most likely is where he's usually at, and Vegas has him at 37.5 receiving yards. So again, another situation where he just has to outperform somehow, like catch a deep ball or something like that, and the chances of that are just unlikely. And as far as this game, so looking at the game lines, the Cowboys right here, they are 4-point favorites on the road. So when you're favorited, you're going to most likely run the ball. It's going to be a negative game script for the quarterback, wide receivers, tight ends, because they just probably are not going to be throwing as much. Now the next play, we are actually going to go to the first half category. And it is Travis Kelce over 36.5 receiving yards. So for this one, it's just probably going to be an onslaught of this Chiefs offense because, I mean, the Texans, they're already trying to like tank. I mean, they've been doing it all season, I guess, but now their Brandon Cooks is out. Like this team, they're just not going to be competitive at all. So the Chiefs, Mahomes, he's crazy. This game, it has a 14.5 spread, and the total is 49.5. So when you think about how bad the Texans are, and the total is still the highest on the entire slate, like that's insane. The Chiefs are most likely going to put up a ton of points, and their Kelce is their number one guy, clearly number one option on this team, and this is just an easy spot. And if as long as the Chiefs they don't play down to the competition, Kelce first half, take this one, don't take the full game. I wouldn't be surprised even if he hit the full game in the first half, but obviously because of the negative game script, most likely in the second half, take the first half over 36.5. It was bumped from 34.5, but still perfectly fine taking this with the 2 yards extra. And then the last one is Garrett Wilson, back to full game actually. His line is at 49.5, taking the over on that. So opposite of the Lions side here, it's I mean, you have the Jets who are a great pass defense, and then you have the Lions who are one of the worst pass defenses. So even with the quarterback downgrade in Zach Wilson, no Mike White, you know, like the Lions, they're just so bad when it comes to their defense. They allow the most fantasy points to quarterbacks. So if Zach Wilson is ever going to have a good game, this would definitely be it. Also, the Jets are going to be playing at home, so it should make things a little bit easier. And if Zach Wilson has a good game, then most likely Garrett Wilson is going to as well because he is the number one receiver on this Jets team. At 49.5, the Vegas odds currently have this at 52.5, so a small 3-yard discount, but just a matchup, right? The Lions, they allow the second most receiving yards to wide receivers, and I mean, this is really as good of a spot as it can get for the Jets, even though it is not Mike White starting. So I'm going to still include Garrett Wilson. He's going to be my 5th pick. Least confidence, I guess, just because of the QB play. I think it's kind of, subpar there, but that is going to be the 5th play of the week. Devonta Smith, favorite play, DJ Chark under 9, Gallup under 10, Kelce over 36.5 for the first half receiving yards, Garrett Wilson full game over 49.5 receiving yards. So those are going to be the 5 plays of this week, and good luck on the slate. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.